Hey everyone, I know been a couple weeks since the last video with Farshad. I was traveling, didn't meet in person though. Might flash up some photos. You guys can now roast me for my sunburn. But either way, Farshad, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Hi, Jason. Thank you for having me here again.
Cool. Well, awesome. Well, to give people a little intro, so we're going to be going over kind of just some little update stuff right before Thanksgiving. Farshad, as I mentioned, he expects to be going to the property pretty soon, and we'll hopefully do an interview while he's on the property in the coming weeks. But to kind of hop into it, Farshad, hey, everyone's asking about drilling. So how are things?
Very good. The reason that, I've been away, I am trying to put a lot of things to come at the same time together so I can do a very large video and, of course, hopefully after a news release, they're coming with an update. And my plan is to get to the property, and I needed to do a lot of stuff in this really 3 weeks right now because the drilling for a deep hole is very challenging, as everyone can recognize it. And when you are in the system, if you don't have a fault, you're not in the system. And we have many faults and keep going through them. And the faults are deterrents and against the speed of drilling. And we're going through them. Right now, we get the guys, of course, sometimes it makes it slow, but I'm happy with how it goes, and I'm planning to go on the property next week, end of next week, after I got all the things done. If there are photos that I've sent. We converted our vehicles into type of vehicles that we can use them on snow. I'm getting prepared already. You see the ground is dry, it's sunny and beautiful. The weather is awesome. It hasn't been like this forever, as far as I remember. So we're getting prepared for that time and getting up there. And I really want to come out with a news release to tell people what the depth is, where we are, and what we've seen, show them photos and etc. Sort of giving them an update. If and when samples are sent to the lab, I can't disclose what we're doing, then announce results, at least some of it, and of the drill hole, and we go from there. This is our plan. There have been other things too. Finding good people is always hard, especially during this COVID, because government pays $2,000 to people. Why do they want to go and work? And especially good people that we are looking for.
Yeah, no, and busy billing drilling cycle. Curious, and again, just to reiterate, of course, the shareholders can kind of expect a report or an update coming soon as a news release. Like you said, with some photos. We don't have an exact date, but obviously that's definitely on your to-do list. And I know you've mentioned to people that's what you hope to do. I'm curious for people that aren't too familiar with drilling. Why is a fault important? And if you want to maybe just explain faults a little bit for people that might be watching this video who go, oh, what's a fault? Or, oh no. Do you want to kind of explain, why faults are good?
Yes, faults are in the system, like a porphyry system like ours, to say the least. You gotta have this faults, because faults are conduits and places that mineralization goes through the system and deposited, let's say, for millions of years. These faults are intrinsic inside the deposits of this type, and the system should have them. Without a fault, you don't have a system. Basically, you're drilling into granite countertop, if you want to call it. And once we see the faults, we get sort of discouraged because the speed goes low, and encouraged because the system has to have that. And throughout the system, you got to go several times into it, not one time, several times. And the other thing is, with systems like a porphyry system, if you want to call it, it's sort of a rock which is really cooked up, and that makes it really fragile, really sensitive, and fighting with that is going to break the system and drill, and you lose the chance. That's why you got to go slow, and it happens to be a lot slower at times, more than usual. And that's what we see. That I'm certainly happy to see them, and on the other side, not really happy to see them, because we want to go faster than ever. Of course, we're getting ready for other events right now. Thanksgiving is coming up. It makes it hard for some people to stay, but well, I'm trying my best to do the Thanksgiving as well in the camp.
Unless there's anything else you want to say, I think this is a great update. Obviously, you mentioned Thanksgiving. We hope everyone listening to this has a great Thanksgiving. I know it'll be weird with COVID, but hopefully a great kind of event for people. Anything you want to touch on drilling wise, other updates? You talked about kind of the winter prep for the camp. You talked about faults, kind of shareholders, what they can expect soon. Anything else?
All I can say, we are on the first target. We haven't moved, and once we finish this, we move and we get all our targets done. And we haven't even done our next targets lined up, and we're gonna go at them. And this season, we're gonna have at least 3 more new systems tested that are really new to us. The first one is gonna be another large system that we're gonna get a crack at. We're gonna come up with the news release and tell the investors where we're going the next. And of course, after that, the goal target, very large goal target, that's going to be the next. After that, I'm getting ready for all of them. So I will be very happy to show off some stuff from the ground, and I don't want to disclose. Let's leave it at that.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
I'm happy for Thanksgiving that the guys are around, and they're going to have it in the camp.